the blockchain isn't fundamentally about the money that comes along with ownership. It's about the other things that come along with ownership and about what Michael Saylor calls irreversible transactions. And that finally gave me the words I needed to explain why the blockchain changed everything. Borderless Entertainment means that right now, if you're a filmmaker of my generation, so I grew up in the 80s, went to film school in the 90s, and just thought I would make movies that way, that everybody would go to the movie theater, you'd sit in the perfect middle seat, and it would be a wonderful experience. And of course, it's not how it works now. And if you watch somebody watching something on Netflix, they've got their phone in their hand, and so it becomes a second screen experience. And at first, I was really heartbroken, man. I really felt like I had missed my moment in life because I got into business so that I could control the finances, so I could tell stories the way that I wanted. But that took so long that I ended up entering the space as an artist 20 years late. And that was really, really heartbreaking. And as I thought through it, I thought, okay, in any moment of disruption, there's a moment of opportunity. So I see the disruption, but what's the opportunity? And I couldn't really see it until the blockchain. And then I was like, oh my God. So now with the blockchain, you're carrying what I call a signaling molecule, which is a term taken from biology, that when you eat food, it's not a calorie is a calorie is a calorie. It's that fat tells your body to do one thing, carbohydrates tell your body to do another, fructose tells your body to do something different, even than sucrose. So it's like getting an understanding of, you get these different molecules inside your system and they tell your body to do different things. Okay, so now with the blockchain, we create these things called NFTs. Those NFTs are signaling molecules. They aren't just a picture of a Bored Ape. That's why it makes me laugh when people are like, oh, you can right click save it. It's like, all you have is the image. You don't have the matrix code that thing is built on top of, and the matrix code, I can interact with it. So now I can create an experience where, yeah, maybe you're watching a TV show, but I could do something where, because you have that NFT, I give you a deeper experience. So let's say in the credit sequence, there's a code, you enter that code into your phone then checks to see if you have that item in your wallet, you do, it now opens something up. So another experience could be a gaming experience, could be a credit sequence, whatever we want it to be. And then let's say if you've done that, you watched the movie, you got the code, you entered it into your phone, you now, let's say I give you a new NFT, that NFT allows you to have another experience, but only if you're on the subway in New York, right? And so now you can do all of this stuff where there's so much data, cookieless data being generated. I want people to understand this. This is a recent revelation for me, that all the data that we thought was going to be lost as marketers to the iPhone change, there's so much data that we're kicking off all the time. And what NFTs do is allow you to own that data. So now it's not being monetized by a company. It can either be kept secret by you or monetized by you. But if you own one of my NFTs and you allow me to see that, oh, you're in this place, I can trigger geofenced experiences that tie into the game. I can put real NFTs in a physical location. So, hey, if you go to Central Park, there's going to be 10 items, kind of like Pokemon Go, but they're going to be real NFTs that then can further another experience. And so as we build out Project Kyzen, which is like our marquee thing, which is an NFT-based 3D avatar creation engine. It's built inside of the Unreal Engine. So you're basically creating an online identity in the way that you'd create a game character. And then there's a game world, kind of like a mini metaverse, if you will, that you can travel around. But we don't want the game to be locked there. We want you to also be able to experience that through AR outside of the game, in a YouTube video, in a Twitter thread, whatever, where we can have all this back and forth communication with the different points of storytelling in the different media of storytelling. So whether it's on TV, in a movie theater, in a gaming console, mobile, or live in AR, that you have one relationship with that IP, but in all of these different places. And so it really does become borderless. And that's only possible because of NFTs.
This sounds wildly ambitious, though. How do you go about doing something like this? So it's all easy for us to all have the hand-wavy idea. Borderless entertainment. Okay, now the rubber meets the road. What does Tom do?
Dude. So this is real right now today. So things that I was just saying there, some of that's future facing, although very, very little. I'll give you the things you could do right now today that I've witnessed with my own eyes. So I don't know if you're familiar with spatial web at all yet, but this is fascinating. For people that don't know spatial web yet, this really is sort of metaverse 1.0. So I would say think less about Minecraft, Roblox, and Sandbox, and think more about the spatial web. So spatial web is basically WebGL, but it allows for a completely immersive game environment. So you can, right now today, I have seen this, and I don't know if this company's in stealth, so I won't say their name, but I don't think so. I think they're getting pretty close. They might be angry that I'm not going to mention their name, but what they have right now, I saw it working on my computer, so you don't need anything fancy. You can go into a website and you can walk around that website. You can go through sort of phase changes. So go through an NFT gated space, for instance. So behind that is only for people that have a certain membership, but your NFT is detected. You can go in. It is both, I don't know if they offer an on-ramp, but it's certainly an off-ramp, but they offer an on-ramp for fiat. So there's no, you don't have to think about, do I have a wallet? What chain am I on? Nothing. That's all happening invisibly in the background. I can go in. It will detect NFTs that I have in my wallet. It will open more of that world to me based on what I'm holding in my wallet. I can have an integrated experience where I could stream Netflix in there if I wanted. I, as Impact Theory, could broadcast into that space. You can build it in the design of a city so that you could sell apartments inside of an apartment building that has literal sort of physicality within that space, meaning that you have to take the elevator to get up. But of course, this is the virtual world. So you could take the elevator to Mars, or you could take the elevator to Switzerland, whatever, Cayman Islands, I could come and hang out. And so all of this, the way that things are broadcast, the way that we feel we move around the internet, all of that stuff is now leveraging the blockchain to, one, create ownership, to two, limit or grant access to different spaces, to allow you to create a pervasive world, or persistent, so that if I come in and let's say I punch through a pane of glass, that pane of glass is now broken for everybody. If I come in and I put a flower pot, that flower pot there now is for everybody. And so you're able to create these persistent worlds right now today that you can navigate through as if it's a website. So everything is just as clickable as it would be on a website. So you walk into, let's say, my house. I could do LiDAR. This is all real right now today. I could come in and LiDAR my house and turn that into a spatial website experience. But if you open my refrigerator, you could actually buy the sparkling water that I have in my fridge. If you go into my closet, you could buy the clothes that I have hanging. And so to this point of borderless entertainment, even the website itself is borderless, man. So you could be there doing all of that stuff, spatial web moving around, controlling it just like you would control a video game. You could be doing it with a controller, but you can also just scroll down to a normal flat 2D section of the website, scroll back up, and you're back in the immersive. And so it's what exists today is already incredible. And then where this is, and the AR stuff, all of that obviously is real, but you just have to do it on your phone. So it's not seamless in the way that we would want it to be seamless yet. But this goes back to, okay, you're in a bear market. What happens in a bear market? The believers build. And so right now, the people for whom the thesis hasn't broken, they're still building. And so we're going to see as we go back into the next bull run, what's that going to take? 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? Probably. But by that time, the technology that people will have created it's going to be insane.
So yeah, I'm super interested in the spatial web as well. I mean, for me, you look at it and it's like, okay, well, this is the end of websites because everything becomes this 3D ability to navigate this different world.
Mm. Yeah, people are going to have to get really good at making sure that experience isn't a pain in the ass, because there are some things that are optimized in 2D, right? I can just scroll, click, move. It's not cool, but it's functional. And so it'll be interesting to see where the line blurs. Will it be that spatial web is only for things where there's an entertainment portion, and I want that, like, I don't know what I'm going to discover, and it feels like I'm walking in a world. Like, already spatial web is going to be a playground.
Hey visionaries, thank you for tuning in. For more free crypto content like this, head over to realvision.com/crypto. You'll get early access to the most brilliant minds in the space to cut through the noise, get in-depth analysis, and get you ahead of the curve with unbiased insights.